At the end of the day, it's all about freedom.
Obama, right. So this is not controversial. What's controversial is whether he was wiretapping him anyway later on. This is what Trump is claiming.
Right.
But there's no question that Obama did go to the FISA court for what? Now, for people who don't know, the FISA court is a a secret rubber stamp court. Now, the FISA court, I'm not making this up. They released their information. It's I think a 6-year period. It was from 2009 to 2015, and they approved 98.9% of the requests. So this court, if they don't not getting an approval from the FISA court really says something.
The 0.1% was, it was like the director of FISA. He's like, no, you can't listen to my conversations.
Right. He's like, what? Me? No.
No way.
I'm cheating on my wife.
I'm the guy who's approving all this.
No, right. So Obama couldn't get this approved, right?
Right.
And this in itself should be very troubling to people. Now the request initially, evidently, wasn't about like a national security issue or anything like that. It was about banking laws. It was that they had they were investigating a server at the Trump Towers because they supposedly were doing banking.
From what I understand, that was the second request that they got that basically went through. Was they said that they were investigating a bank in Russia that had ties to Trump.
Okay, my mistake. That was the second request.
And that was the backwards way where they were actually able to essentially wiretap in some ways Trump.
Right. So
but now can I just say this is the craziest thing?
Sure,
all right,
sure,
you go
ahead.
first.
Well, I just wanted to say that you got it right away already. So they go about it now getting this. They get it right, not under like a national security like precedent. They're doing this under banking regulations being abused. And if you don't see the issue,
but in
the skidding president Obama starting to spy on the Republican nominee over banking regulations, like obviously this is political in nature. So it's just, he's out on the road campaigning against this guy right now. It's at the absolute best, you'd be like, there is an insane conflict of interest that exists here for you to. And now, in fact, it is going to be used in a way possibly, or at least, seemingly from what's happened with Sessions and Flynn, it would theoretically be used if they got dirt on him. So anyway, I'm sorry.
At a minimum, just talking to your point, at a minimum, I guess, if Obama really thought that was a problem, he probably needs to outsource that to a branch of government that's not involved in a political fight.
Yeah.
That's probably what needs to be the procedure at that point to kind of remove that conflict of interest. To play devil's advocate, though, in terms of like investigating kind of monetary fraud, that tends to be like you follow the money, you start really seeing what people are doing kind of thing. So it's like if you want to see an attachment between Trump and Russia, usually kind of like bank flows would be a good place to start in that regard. So I see what you're saying. Where you're like, this is kind of like the most sketchball way to backdoor your ability to get that wiretap. But there might still be some legitimacy in terms of you're trying to investigate a Trump-Russia tie.
Right, but my point is that this wasn't under the guise of investigating the Russians
meddling.
This is what they got the FISA warrant under. Right. So I'm just saying, if they were, obviously they were actually trying to get dirt on Donald Trump, but this is not what it was under the guise of.
Right.
And I just find that very shady.